All right. So I'm starting a remote session here at home. And the client emailed me the track last night, and there's a little bit of information in the email. So I'll just kind of read you the email very briefly. Hey man, here's another Sydney tune. Sydney is the singer. 6/8 at 148 BPM or 74 in Logic. So I think that 148 would be the eighth note count, I believe. I don't know. I'll have to play around with that and see what he means by that. He says, I tracked it at 48K 24-bit because that's been kind of an issue in the past. I've worked with this client before, and he told me to record it in 48K, but then I would load it into Logic, and it turns out he recorded it into 44.1. So I had to go with 44.1. So this time around, he says, I got it at 48K. Thanks for your help on these. It's still in the early form. There's going to be a complete gospel choir on here as well, but time constraints. Thanks, man. Okay, so that's that's the information, and that's really all the information that I need. The prior message, I think text message from Sydney was just like, go nuts, have fun with this, we trust you, do your thing. So there's really no instruction as far as this is how we want the part to sound, or we want you to play like this, or we want the drums to sound like that, or any sort of specific instructions. So I have the song here. It's part of the email. Sometimes they send through WeTransfer, but I guess the song is small enough that it fits. It's probably an MP3. Let me look. Yeah, it's an MP3. The song is called Let Go and Let God. All right, so let's listen to this thing. Here we go.
Heavy, the road feels long, but there's a strength where we belong. Hands up high, surrender it all. Rise again, even after the fall. When the storm's loud and I can't see straight,
I hear the drums coming in right there.
I hear a voice telling me to wait. Not my fight, it's not my plan. Trust the work of a greater hand. Let go and let God carry me through. He's got a purpose in all I do. In the darkest night, there's a shining light. Let go and let God make it all.
Nice, I like the phrasing.
Every tune
sort of a country kind of thing going on. Gospel, the organ.
When I doubt, I just look above, fill my heart with His endless love. I tried all alone, I broke so fast, but His love steady, it always lasts. So I'll release this restless fight, giving my soul to the guiding light. Let go and is love
Probably drums out
steady?
here.
It always
Do a breakdown.
lasts. So I'll release this restless fight, giving my soul to the guiding light. Let go and let God carry me through. He's got a purpose in
Oh, we're gonna have fun with that.
In the darkest night, there's a shining light. Let go and let God make it all right.
I like it. Nice.
Let go and let God make it all right.
I like it. So, just for your information, that was the first time I'm hearing the song. I'm definitely going to make a chart, probably a number chart. It would be the easiest thing because they did not provide a chart, and normally they don't with this client, which is fine. I don't mind making my own chart because I can make it as detailed as I need and make it so that I can just read the chart and not have to memorize anything. Or play it, 10 times to learn the song, etc. So that way I can just go in, sit down at the drums and do like 3 or 4 takes and, come out with at least 2 or 3 that maybe I like. So there we go. To be continued. I will update this as I go along here. Okay, so I've loaded the song into Logic and I've saved it as a new file. Now, if you're new to recording, a couple of steps. You want to save it as a folder onto a external hard drive. This way, the computer, when you're recording, the computer is writing to an external hard drive and not using the internal hard drive that's processing the DAW itself, whether using Logic or Pro Tools or whatever you're using. So the idea is that the recorded information is going onto a separate hard drive. I have multiple separate hard drives here, and you probably do too. They're fairly cheap these days, but that's a key point if you're new to recording. Also, having a template made and saved. I mean, all I did was just open up the correct template. I've got all my drum mics all routed. Everything is labeled: kick in, sub kick, snare, snare bottom, tom 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. And from there, all you need to do is just fly in the recording that you're recording to, the song, the demo song, if you will, or your stems. In this case, they didn't provide me with any stems, and it's kind of unusual, actually. Sometimes I much prefer to be able to at least have like a separate bass, a separate instrument, and a separate vocal stem. That way I can adjust the levels to my liking while I'm tracking. Because right now this is just an MP3. It's got everything on it, bass and keyboards and vocals and whatever else is on there, and I can't make any adjustments other than making the whole thing louder or making the whole thing softer. Not ideal. If I have trouble, then I might go back to the producer and say, hey, can you send me some stems? Just separate them out. Vocals, bass, and anything else. Percussion, if anything's on there, any drum loops or something. There's none on this track, but that's a thing. So what I'm going to do is start charting the song. I've got my trusty pen and paper here, pencil and paper. And let's hear this. Here we go. 2 bars of click. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The weight is heavy.
Reverse.
The road feels long, but there's a strength where we.
Right there. So verse starts.
The weight is heavy. The road feels feels long, but there's a strength where we.
It's a 6 minor. Again? It's been a minute.
The weight is heavy, the road feels long, but there's a strength where we belong. Hands up high, surrender it all, rise again, even after the fall. When the storm's loud and I can't see straight, I hear a voice telling me to wait. Not my fight, it's not my plan. Trust the work of a girl.
Ooh, let me hear that part again.
It's not my plan. Trust the work of a greater hand. Let go.
Okay, so we got the first verse together. It's 1-1, 6 minor, 4. And then it's 1, 6 minor, 4, 1. And then an additional bar of 4. So as you see, I notate that this way. All right, hopefully that makes sense. And then I'm up to the chorus, and that starts with a 4 chord.
Let go and let God carry me through. He's got a purpose in all I do. In the darkest
2 minor.
night, there's a shining light. Let
Woo! Some changes in this thing. All right.
the darkest night.
Go back.
Purpose in all I do. In the dark.
Back to the chorus.
Carry me through. He's got a purpose in all I do. In the darkest night, there's a
6 minor.
shining light. Let go.
5.
The darkest night, there's a shining light. Let go.
4.
Oh, and let God make it all right.
Ooh.
Oh, and let God make it all.
5 was a 2-4 bar, or a, yeah. Let's go back to the chorus and make sure I have this correct. I don't know exactly where that begins because it's not marked, but
It's not my plan. Trust the work of a greater.
there's the chorus.
hand. Let go and let God carry me through. He's got a purpose in all I do.
2 minor.
In the darkest night, there's a shining light. Let go and let God make it all right. Every tear that falls has its place.
Okay, so the turnaround is 2 bars only. Now, the question is, do we repeat back to the first verse?
Every tear that falls has its place. Part of a story covered in grace. When I doubt, I just look above. Fill my heart with His endless love.
Okay, the second half of that verse.
I broke so fast, but His love steady, it always lasts. So I'll release this restless fight, giving my soul to the guiding light.
Okay, so that second chorus is different, but it does repeat back to the second half of the first verse, if that makes any sense. Or if you want to call it the second verse, let's just call it that, because that would be where the drums come in. So at least now I know that I can copy the second half of the first verse, 1, 1, 6 minor, 4, 1, 5, 4, 5 split bar to the 1, and then the chorus, which is slightly different than the first chorus. So, okay, to the 2 minor, and then it sounded like, go back to that.
Giving my soul to the guiding light.
Ooh, okay. It's like a 5 sus.
Giving my soul to the guiding light. Let go.
Okay. It's a 5 sus to a 5 with a split bar with a break on the beat 4 there. Is that right?
Guiding light. Let go and let God carry me through. He's got a purpose in all I do. In the darkest night, there's a shining light. Let go and let God make it alright.
Okay, so it's like the first chorus. So see, this is what I do. And I don't even know what key we're in, but I'm just using my ear to pick out the chords and know what's being played. Okay. So far this is what we have. All right. And I can probably PDF this and link to it in the bottom, but yeah. I'm going to close it off for now because I'm just going to finish up writing this chart, and then I don't want to make this like 2 hours long, so we'll get into a little bit of the tracking and the drums that I choose and the method I'm using to record and everything. So, all right, to be continued. All right, so I'm at the drums, obviously, and I'm just going to record a take. I've got my snare drum. The snare drum that I had set up, this Ludwig hammered bronze, seems to be doing the trick, at least with the first sort of playthrough. I just played through the song just to make sure that my chart is correct, everything lines up. There might be a mistake in there, just like a passing chord that maybe I wrote in that doesn't belong, but we'll see about that. And just making sure all I'm getting, the run through was just me making sure that I liked the tuning of the drums and the selection of cymbals. And it's also just a warm up because I haven't warmed up today at all. It's kind of cold in here today. Yeah, winter doesn't quit here in Nashville, seems like. Anyway, so now I'm going to do a first take. I'm going to hit record. We're going to try to record a full take. And then the purpose of that is to listen back and see a couple of things. First of all, do I like the snare drum that's selected? Do I like the tuning of the drums overall? Do I like the cymbals that I've chosen? Do I like the mic placement? Take a guess which snare drum mic I'm using today. That sort of thing. So, and then just, in the part, does the part fit? Does it need more? Does it need less? Do I go to the ride cymbal here? Do I go to the hi-hat there? All those little decisions I'm going to listen back to once I do one take. All right, here we go. One take. Take one of Let Go and Let God.
Surrender it all, rise again, even after steady, it always lasts. So I'll release this restless bite, giving my soul to the guiding light. Let go and let God keep purpose in all I do. In the darkest night, there's a shining light. Let go and let God make it all right. Let go and let God make it all right.
All right, so there we go. There's the first take. Made it all the way through. I did notice that little mistake in the part, and I will erase that one little passing chord in the. Basically, it's like the second to last chorus. Anyway, yeah. So let me listen back to this, and I will get back to you ASAP. All right, so I made some quick changes. First thing is I changed out the ride cymbal because that was far too dark and dry for a song like this. That was more of a Jack DeJohnette ECM jazz ride. And this is just a more 21-inch exist ride. Very sort of middle of the road. Has a nice ping to it, but it still has a nice wash, has a really nice bell. A few things to note about the part. You know, it was clean, but there was a few like on that vocal break. I didn't come in real clean with the boom, boom, boom with those big eighth notes, and just some of the fills. I could have the transitions really going from the verse to the chorus the first time could have been smoother or more confident, more better, more just, you know, more to the point. Just a few things. So we're getting real nitpicky here, but that's what we do. That's what we're after. So let's do another take. I erased that take because it was no good to me. I'm not going to use any part of it. And I am liking the snare sound. I am liking the drums, the way they sound, everything. So far, I'm noticing a little bit of a difference in volume between my left overhead and my right overhead, and I've been having some issues with the phantom power that it's drawing from. So I don't know if that's a thing. I'm going to do one more take and see if it irons itself out, or if I need to maybe just switch off the phantom power and then back on again and just kind of play around with it. Studio gremlins. That's the thing about owning a studio, is like there's always like things going wrong, little quirky things that are like, what? Why is that happening? Just part of it. Okay, so here we go with the actual take one of this song.
The weight is heavy, the road feels long, but there's a strength where we belong. Hands up high, surrender it all. is love steady? It always lasts. So I'll release this restless fight, giving my soul to the guiding light. Let go and let God carry me.
All right, so I blew the ending. Let go, boom, 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 and then I turned the one around. To me, it sounds like it should be like a 2/4 bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That for me, that's how I'd write it. But this is what we have to work with. So I'm going to save that because I might be able to comp an ending if I run into trouble here. If I do another take, or I can't do another take that I don't like, which I think I can do. I'm going to just do it right now. I'm just going to do another take. Here we go. Here's take 2 of Let Go and Let God. Okay, so that one was a little better, cleaner. I'm going to have to go and listen back and see if there's anything else that I want to change about the part, any kind of changes to make to the shape of the way I'm making, and just see if there's anything to clean up. Transitions, turnarounds, little drum fills and things. If there's any more ear candy I can throw in there, or if I need to make it simpler even. So yeah, I'm gonna do that now. Okay, let go and let God. Continued. So I've made some more adjustments. I think I'm going to try a little bit of a ringier snare. That's the beauty of that snare weight. I think that'll be nice. I forgot to tell you I switched out this cymbal as well. I'm using the 18-inch Exist Ion as opposed to the 19-inch Dry Dark Brilliant. This is a little higher pitched, a little wetter sounding, a little less dry. It's kind of has a little more of a decay. I like it. I really love this cymbal. I'm also been tweaking the input levels of some of the mics, the overheads, the snare mic, the room mics. I think that's all I touched. I might have touched the sub kick also. I can't remember. But just looking at the waveforms and making a decision that I've got a lot more headroom here that I can turn things up a little bit. And then of course I got to turn it down in my monitor a little bit too. So just because it would be it's small changes, I hear them drastically in the headphones. So all right, I'm feeling really confident that I can do another take here. This would be take 4, and let's see what comes out. All right.
The weight is heavy, the road feels long, but there's a strength where we belong. Hands up high, surrender it all, rise again, even after the fall. When the storm's loud and I can't see straight, I hear a voice telling me to wait. Not my fight, it's not my plan. Trust the work of a greater hand. Let go and let God carry me through. He's got a purpose in all I do. In the darkest night, there's a shining light. Let go and let God make it all right. Every tear that falls has its place. Part of the story, covered in grace. When I doubt, I just look above. Fill my heart with His endless love. I travel alone, I broke so fast, but His love steady, it always lasts. So I'll release this restless heart, giving my soul to the guiding light. Let go and let God carry me through. He's got a purpose in all I do. In the darkest night, there's a shining light. Let go and let God make it I tried all alone, I broke so fast, but His love steady, it always lasts. So I'll release
for safety.
The fall. When the storm's loud and I can't see straight, I hear a voice telling me to wait. Not my fight, it's not my plan. Trust the work of a greater hand. Let go and let God carry me through. He's got a purpose in all I do. In the darkest night, there's a shining light. Let go and let God make it all right. Every tear falls has its place. Part of a story covered in grease. When I doubt, I just look above. Fill my heart with His endless love. I tried all alone, I broke so fast, but His love steady, it always lasts. So release this restless fight, giving my soul to the guiding light. Let I broke so fast, but His love steady, it always lasts. So I'll release this restless fight, giving my soul to the guiding light. Let go and let God carry me
Pretty good, pretty good. Want to do a playback? Let's listen. Right, this is right where I come in.
When the storm's loud and I can't see straight, I hear a voice telling me to wait. Not my fight.
Love that little playful
it's not
bass.
my plan. Trust the work of a greater hand. Let go and let God carry me through. He's got a purpose in all I do. In the darkest night, there's a shining light. Let go and let God make it all
I like the snare drum.
Every tear
That might be too much.
has its place. Part of a story covered in grease. When I doubt, I just look
Might be a little too busy.
above. Fill my heart with His endless love. I tried all
That was nice.
alone, I broke so fast, but His love steady, it always lasts. So
I don't know about the bumpadum.
this restless fight, giving my soul
Too much.
to the guiding light. Let go and let God carry me through.
I like that.
He's got a purpose in all I do. In the
That's good.
darkest night, there's a shining light. Let go and let God make it all right.
Cool.
I tried
boom, boom,
I
ba-doom, boom,
broke
boom.
so fast, but it's love
Keep it.
steady. It
Might be better.
always lasts, so I'll release
Just like eighth notes.
this restless bite.
Or like gun, gun,
Giving
gun,
my
gun, gun.
soul to the guiding light. Let go and let God carry me through. He's got a purpose in all I do. In the darkest night, there's a shining light. Let go and let God make it all right.
Nice.
Let go.
Nice.
And let God make it all.
A lot of good things in there. All right. I'm going to maybe do like one more and then just call it quits. Maybe take a break, listen back, see what we got, and pick it up from there. All right. And probably just, send a couple of these takes to see like if there's any feedback, any approval. We love that one that you're done, or Also, I am planning on doing a couple of percussion overdubs. I'm definitely hearing shaker on this, some tambourine, at least those two things. Yeah. All right. Gonna turn you off. All right. So I sent 3 different takes, take 4, 5, and 6, to the client. They listened back to them, and they love them. And they specifically love take 4 and take 6. So I'm going to send them both of those takes so they can work their magic and comp them or whatever they want to do with them. It's really up to them. And that's part of what we do as session musicians is at some point you have to sort of give up control to the client and try and trust them and just know that, okay, they want these 2 takes and they're going to cherry pick things from either one, and hopefully there won't be too many edits, but maybe they just like the end of this, take 6, but we're going to keep the most of take 4 or some sort of combo of that, and that's kind of how that works. So there's a little bit of like just, you have to give up ownership. You have to don't be so precious. And I've sometimes struggled with that, especially, in times past where like, you give up control and then you get the final product back and you're like, you listen back and you're like, wow, that's not how I intended things to be. So, that can happen. But I trust this client. I trust the producer. And so what we're going to do now is I'm going to overdub some shaker and tambourine parts. And I've got the shaker track lined up here. I did one pass, but I think I want to do it again because the recording level was pretty low. So I cranked up the preamp output, and hopefully that will just give me a stronger signal and give them a stronger signal to work with for the shaker. All right. And, part of this is like, choosing which shaker to use, because I pulled out 4 or 5 different shakers and just kind of auditioned each one. And this Meinl soft shake kind of guy, I think it's what it's called. It's a softer one than the gray one. The gray one I have has more. It's a little more aggressive and top end. This one's pretty soft, so it's nice. It blends with the track well, and it's going to work great. So let's do this this overdub. Oops. Helps if you don't mute the.
The weight is heavy, the road feels long, but there's a strength where we belong. Hands up high,
Okay.
Okay, well,
What?
I was gonna ask when you're gonna have dinner.
When I'm done right here.
Okay.
I have to redo whatever part that was. There it is. Ah, the perils of recording at home with your family in the house. My son just came in during that take and was like, "Daddy!" Oh, so it's an easy fix. It's right at the end, so I'm just gonna what do you call it? I'm just gonna record to the end. There's a nice little break there. I'm gonna pick it up and go to the end. Okay.
Let go and let God keep
Boom! There we go. Let's just make sure that the edit is good.
Let go and let God keep
Sounds good. I'm gonna mute the. Let me just mute the guide track so I hear my entrance. Well, you can hear my son stomping up the stairs. So I'll have to. I can fix that though. I think we're good. Okay. Save. And the next thing we do is we create a track for the tambourine, and we do the same thing, just overdub. And I don't know if I'm going to film that, but I'm trying to get this all done before dinner and get this track sent off tonight so I can get paid and work on tomorrow, which is The Lion King at the Nashville Symphony. So just moving as fast as I can here. All right, so just to finish up here, I just want to show you the drums and the mics on the drums. So yes, I'm using my new Audix i5 snare drum mic, and you see the exact positioning. It's about 3 fingers off of the head and in line with the rim, pointed at the center of the drum. And that's basically how all these close mics are. Well, the tom mics are in a little further, but they're all pointed right at the center of the drum. And that one is not so much, but I wanted to get a little more low end out of this drum. And I was trying to achieve that by positioning the mic the way it is now. As you see, there's a crunch mic right here pointed at the snare shell, but also picks up the beater sound, and it also is picking up the tom, especially this area. And it's really just going after the transients, sort of mid-rangey. It's a very mid-rangey microphone. It's a Electro Voice 635A, I believe is what the model is. We're using the Exist Agop cymbals here pretty much all around, except for the hi-hats. So that's the 19-inch crash, 21-inch ride, 17-inch crash, 18-inch Exist Ion, 10-inch splash, which I actually only played once on one take. And then here is the 15-inch light hi-hats, traditional series. There's the chart. And what I have here is I have my sort of Bluetooth station. So keyboard and mouse Bluetooth with external monitor with a HDMI cable that runs all the way over to that computer over there. So I'm able to control everything right here from the drum set, which is so convenient. And then there's my little mix cue box. And yeah, I'm using the Tama Star Classic Walnut Birch drum kit, 10, 12, 14, 16, 22-inch bass drum. This is the Ludwig hammered bronze that we talked about earlier. We're using the Earthworks SR25s in spaced pair. That microphone that's underneath the Crown Royal is not being used. And yeah, that's it. I mean, felt beater. This is the Creative Percussion felt beater that they made for me. And as you can see, it's pretty worn down. But I love that sort of flat attack that the beater is giving me with, with this surface. It's almost kind of represents the, what is that square beater that they sell. I don't know what you call that, but yeah. Anyway, that's what's going on. So if you have any other questions about what I'm doing here, recording, write them in the comments, and I'm happy to answer any questions that I can. I do sometimes run the Porter and Davies. I did not turn it on today. I just didn't feel like I needed it. Sometimes, it's just kind of, I don't really feel like bothering with it. But sometimes it's nice, with the Porter and Davies drum throne. Yeah, you see how I had the snare muted with the snare weight with the tabs flipped up. So just muted a tiny bit. Toms are wide open tuning wise. There's no muffling whatsoever on these. And they just sound glorious. And so there we go. There's the recording rig. You can see I was using the Beta 52 on the kick drum, right there in the porthole with the sub kick, and make sure those are in phase. We also have to make sure that the kick and the overheads are in phase, as well as when you're miking the snare from top and bottom, you need to invert the phase either on the bottom or the top snare. So that way the waveforms are, the same. Hi-hat mic is, far enough from the cymbal that it doesn't get distorted or, has any chance of hitting the mic ever. And also I try to make the mic like pointed far this way as I can to just prevent any snare, to prevent as much snare bleed as possible. So there we go. All right. So everything runs into here, sort of the main power station. We've got the Apollo 8P there, the Warm Audio 412, and the Focusrite Claret 8 channels. And then the bottom rack unit is the Behringer P16 unit for the monitoring. So there we go. Boom. Logic. You can see the waveforms. I don't know if you want to see that or not, but they all look healthy. There's nothing clipping or... See how I have like the kick and kick out, kick in, kick out, snare drum. Yeah, So there we go. Thanks everybody. And I'm gonna end this video now. We're gonna put it in the books and call it a day. I'm gonna get these files, these tracks exported, and then for both takes, take 4 and take 6, and then I will put them in a folder, separate folders, and zip them up and send them off, and then I get paid. Well, usually I get paid first, but these people, I trust them, so I don't mind sending them the files and then knowing that they're gonna send me the money. So, all right guys, that's it for now. See you next time.